Material coming in the kilo basis. We are selling on the piece basis.
Fine. So when you are selling on piece basis,
Maintain the stock.
when you are selling on piece basis, in your invoice you are writing pieces. When you are purchasing on kgs, it will be in kgs. There will be something called consumption rate and conversion rate, which we apply. Correct? System is the same. My point is you have to maintain stock now. On a regular basis. You cannot come on 31st March, Rahul bhai, and tell me, હું મારો stock કેવી રીતે કાઢું? Stock કાઢવાનો નથી. Hello? Stock maintain કરવાનો છે, કાઢવાનો નથી. સાહેબ, be transparent. The system is transparent. If you don't be transparent, somewhere in the loop you will get captured. Okay? And then don't blame corruption. No. I'm sorry, we are the equal participants of corruption because we are not compliant. And I'm not saying just because the department is here, I believe in that, and people who deal with me also knows that I believe in that, and accordingly I try to do things. Anyway, so getting ready further. I will only take further 15 minutes and then the dais will go for your brilliant questions. Getting ready further, this is my last slide. There are 50 more, but this is my last slide. Will my cost of purchase input increase due to higher GST rates? GST rates are not higher. GST rates are accommodated, as I said, of excise, VAT, service tax. So they are the same. Manufactured होके आता था तो आपको excise दिखता नहीं था, आपको खाली VAT दिखता था. So you thought that it is just 5% VAT, but there is excise already part of it. Okay, understood? I think that point you have raised, is it clear now? So the rates are not higher, rates are the same. Don't worry about that. Few products rates are higher. What thinking have been gone behind it? That people sitting there are brilliant people. They are absolutely super knowledged, efficient, economically advanced people. So they have applied some science behind putting rates on certain items like books and pencils and all. We have must have seen costly ho gaya, gaadi costly ho gaya, ghadi costly ho gaya. Fine yaar. Lene wale hain. One thing I want to share. Yesterday, just to be more proficient, I am doing a small seminar for people. I wanted to do some survey. So I went to some shops in some malls and asked them, GST आएगा तो क्या होगा? क्या होगा? कुछ नहीं होगा. रोज लोग लेने को आते हैं और लेते हैं. Only that hit was on demonetization because they didn't have cash to pay. Brilliant business they are doing. They are not worried. We as consumers, in world's second largest and actually the most efficient consumers, Indian, we will buy everything यार. Rate की चिंता मत करो, compliance की करो. How do I relook my supply chain warehousing model? Fantastic. People having businesses, clearing and forwarding, sir, models will change. If it is not cost efficient for your manufacturer, supplier, they will change the model. Because if you are in the same state and you are their agent, you are part of their story. Okay? So warehousing system and all, now because there is single tax across the world, that entire modeling will change. All large companies, people being agents of large companies, you have to sit in solemn mind and think how it will impact your future business. I am telling you on this stage, within 6 months you will see the pressure. The large companies will come out with good plans to cut their cost. They have depots and warehouses in various situations. Why they were held? Because of rate shopping. Different rates in different states is called rate shopping. એના માટે એ લોકોએ આટલા બધા રાખ્યા હતા. હવે તો સિંગલ રેટ છે. Will they require depots in each state? Only for warehousing maybe, not for selling, clearing, forwarding business. May increase or may not. All depend upon your company's policies. So the deciding factor now for company to do business, Ketan bhai, deciding factor for the company to do business, I'm talking about large business, you are stock trader of large businesses. Logistics will be the concern. Where my logistics cost is coming down, where it is getting matured will be the deciding factor for large companies. So my next bet is put money in logistics firms. So people into this supply chain warehousing model kind of business, clearing, forwarding agents, depots and warehousing, GST impact study करना पड़ेगा. Impact on your business. Don't sleep over. 1st July के बाद things are not same. How many returns I have to file? My best question for the day. Avinash, will you agree? Avinash? No, sir. There is no return filing concept. Dr. David is not agreeing to my comment rather. I see there is no return filing in GST. Why? Bhai Sahib, you are not filing returns. You are just uploading your or entering your sales, purchase, import, and certain other aspects. You are not filing returns here. Don't you enter your sale purchase in your accounting system? Do you, don't you? Yes? So what are you going to do in GST, sir, now? You are just going to enter in GSTR 1, which is the first so-called return, and I don't call it return. I say it is my sales register or outward register, yeah? Right? So, am I filing return? Worried? What is this worry? 37 returns per year, 1,310 returns for people having how many? 36 registrations across the India? No. Sorry, the word is written because we are familiar with this for all this number of years. Jatin, return file karvu છે, chalo by 31st July આવી. Return nathi. It is a beautiful concept given by the government, sir. Bilolikar Saab. The beautiful concept given. You enter your sales on 10th. You enter your sales means supplier. What word I used initially? Inward and out. Thank you very much. Someone is awake. Inward and outward supply. So in my GSTR 1, so-called return, I will enter my outward. તમારા account book માં લખો જ છો ને? એમાંથી ક્યાં નાખવાનું છે અહીંયા? What's the harm and what's the worry? અરે બહુ બધા returns થઈ ગયા. No. Next thing. Once you enter, the person to whom you have sold, who will take credit of that particular tax amount, right? What he will do? He will check कि भाई हाँ इसने सेल आउटवर्ड दिखाया है, हाँ ठीक है मेरे साथ मैच हो रहा है, चलो गुड, आई विल गेट द क्रेडिट. ओके, डन. व्हाट ही विल डू? ही विल एंटर अदर परचेजेस विच इज नॉट बीन एंटर्ड बाय द सप्लायर. ओके, which are these other purchases? Very simple. Import, because when you import there is no outward supplier because it is coming from outside. There is RCM, reverse charge, I discussed before. There is no one to write. You have to write in your GSTR wherever you are writing 2 or 3. I am not going into technicals, I am talking concepts. So what is happening ultimately, Rajesh bhai? શેની ચિંતા છે? સેલ નાખ્યું, પરચેઝ નાખ્યું, પરચેઝમાં અમુક જે મિસમેચીસ છે એના માટે 10 થી 15 તારીખની વચ્ચે ભાગમ દોડી થવાની છે. અરે ભાઈ નાખો, ચેન્જ નથી, હું ફરીથી રિપોર્ટ મોકલું છું, તું એક્સેપ્ટ કર. એક્સેપ્ટ કર મીન્સ સેલ નાખ્યું સામેવાળાએ, તમે પરચેસ કર્યું એની પાસેથી, એટલે તમારા રિપોર્ટમાં પરચેઝમાં દેખાવું જોઈએ. નથી દેખાતું કોઈ કારણસર, there is some problem. So what will you do? You have a facility to have a correction under GSTR 2. When you file 2, એટલે એને એક ઈમેલ જશે કે એને કંઈક રિપોર્ટ જશે એઝ પર સિસ્ટમ, અને તેને ખબર પડશે કે રાજેશભાઈનું મેં જે નાખ્યું છે ખોટું છે, રાજેશભાઈએ મને કરેક્ટ કરીને આપ્યું, એક્સેપ્ટ. તમે એક્સેપ્ટ કરો એટલે એને ક્રેડિટ મળી જશે. So what is the effort you have to do? Please understand. અત્યારે શું થતું હતું? What was happening currently? J1, J2 mismatch. When used to come? After years. Now, within 5 days. Within 5 days the mismatch will be apparent. 2 મિનિટ ઉભા રહો. Within 5 days the mismatch will be apparent and you have chance to correct. Go back to one thing. I started my implementation talk. Vendor management. Manage your vendor. That is why Mr. Chirag, builder Chirag છે ભાઈ? હા. That is why you have to have absolute record of your vendors so that when there is a mismatch, no, you can go back and tell them, boss, क्या किया तूने, डाला क्यों नहीं? Put the sales properly, put the rates properly, put the HSN properly, I have to take the credit. Got it? But you will not get the credit unless and until that supplier will not file his valid return. Kiran bhai, valid return is the right word. You will not get the credit. GSTR 1, outward inward match થઈ ગયું, બધું થઈ ગયું, 10 થી 15, 15 થી 20 તારીખમાં બધી કમાલ થઈ ગઈ, ધમાલ થઈ ગઈ, મારામારી થઈ ગઈ. પણ જ્યાં સુધી until the time the supplier don't file his valid return, the credit you are supposed to get, which is matching, which you have matched, you will not get. So again I am going back repeatedly. I will irritate this with this point to you. Vendor management system. All of you have to devise a good strong vendor management system. So this is about returns. Many returns are there, but all is not applicable to everybody. બહુ બધા ફોર્મ્સ છે. અરે બટ ફોર્મ્સ તો આવે જ ને ઘણા બધા. 3, 4, 5 different laws converted into one law. So there will be multiple forms here. What is the worry? No worry. Everything is not applicable to you. That is why check what is applicable to you. Generally, GSTR 1, 2, 3 is applicable. Generally, one annual audit report, GSTR 9, I have one problem with that. The limit should be more than 1 crore. 1 crore is too small in today's time. Agreed? Audit limit should be higher, yaar. What are your associations doing? Sorry. I'm putting a leg on my CA fraternity, but it is too much harsh on people. Bipin bhai, it is too much harsh. 1 crore to બધા કરી લે છે આજે યાર. કેટલું બધું મેનેજ કરવું પડશે. Anyway, going back to, so returns, don't worry about returns. There are no returns. Automatically liability will come. When you do your outward, when you match your inward with your other person, automatically liability will appear in your credit, liability ledger, sorry. Automatically. કંઈ કરવાનું નથી તમારે યાર. મોબાઈલમાંથી પરચેસ સેલ નાખો, મસ્ત રિટર્ન ફાઇલ થઈ ગયું. રાજેશભાઈ, આપણી જરૂરત નથી હવે. રાજેશભાઈ, they don't need us. And for people with large transactions, I know some people here have monthly 1,000 bills. Application service providers, GST Suvidha providers, they are come up with fantastic technology to help you out. Why are you worried? Don't worry. So returns, how many returns I have to file? No returns. As per me, no returns. But yeah, there are some statements, forms, multiple statements. The effort is not of filing, the effort will be of matching. Outward, inward, matching will be the effort. Filing is not an effort. Absolutely not. Agreed? Disagreed? No, there is no strength in it. But fine, after 1st of July, probably after 10th or 20th of August, my words will come to you. Maybe first 3-4 months will be difficult. Monthly return che badana, except composition levy, badana monthly return che. So after that you will come to know whether it is easy or not. And you will remember this dialogue that it is not return filing. So the bottom line is vendor updation, vendor management. Your question, sir? Sorted? Lovely. Is stock taking important now? Discussed. Any issues with that? No further elaborations required on stock taking? You have to maintain your stock on a regular basis. What about tax credit lying in my stock and capital goods? Stock I have discussed, capital goods, yes. If you have any kind of SENVET credit available in your capital goods because of excise, you don't get full credit in the same year, 50% in the succeeding year. So you will get that credit like stock. You have to just prove it. In your excise register, you have only claimed 50% in the last financial year or in the last law, the existing law. કેમ કે તમે જૂન સુધીમાં 50% લઈ લેશો અને પછી મને કહેશો કે ના હું ફરીથી લઉં, નહીં મળે. આ વર્ષમાં અગર 50% લીધી છે, after April you have bought a machinery. You are excise people, you are excise registered people, if you bought a machinery, આ વર્ષમાં લીધી છે, that is after 1st April 2017, you have claimed 50% on it because it's capital goods, you don't get the full credit. So up to June, you have claimed 50%. After June, means in the new regime, you can claim the balance 50%. Please don't claim full 100%. વિરેનભાઈ, સમજાવ્યું તો મોટા ભાઈને. I'm coming back and forth to this point that do I need to change my accounting system and chart of accounts? Friends, I have been little bit informal, easy, just to make this so many concepts go through you in one day. My aim and objective is help you guys implement GST in a smoother way so our life also becomes smooth. Yes, do you think you will need to change your accounting system and things around it? Yes, no. No, I don't think so. Yes or no? Are you guys going to ready? Are you going to work on it now? Because that's the only intention behind this 3-hour, 2-hour discussion. Are you guys going to be working on it now? Accounting professional friends, Jignesh bhai, Mukesh bhai, your days have come now to actually work more hard. I'll ensure you'll get due payment from your clients. But you have to really work hard. Rahul bhai, તમારા ઓફિસના એકાઉન્ટન્ટને હવે જૂની સિસ્ટમ નહીં ચાલે. So yes, you have to change. Chart of accounts we have made number of statements, accounts, charts and everything. If you people have registered yourself with askgst@csa.firm.in and if you send me a mail, I will definitely send you all that thing which will help you implement. So don't worry. You will get the tools what we have been preparing for last 20 days. All the tools which can be making your life easier to implement. Do I need a ASP or GSP concept? As I said, application service provider, GST Suvidha provider, correct? If you are having large transactions, if you are having multiple locations, if you are having multiple geographical locations, you please right now go back and find a good ASP or a GSP for you. You will need it. A simple chartered accountant office may not be in a position to help you because there are business intricacies which needs to be discussed. They will support you, but they might not be able to help you. So by this, I am kind of through with my presentation in terms of implementation of GST and getting ready. But before I leave, I have 3 more minutes, and if I call my other moderator on the dais. Yeah, just a minute. Manoj bhai, just a minute. Your questions are there with me. Sorry. So I can take liberty with you. So before I go and move the next leg of the presentation, તમને લોકોને કાંઈ મજા આવી કે નહીં થોડી ઘણી? એટલે મજા એટલે મીન્સ કાંઈ જે કામ માટે આવ્યા હતા એ કામ થોડું ઘણું થયું કે નહીં? અચ્છા, મેં તમને કન્ફ્યુઝ કર્યા કે નહીં? અરે યાર, મારે તમને કન્ફ્યુઝ કરવા હતા, મેં નહીં કર્યા. એનીવે, સિન્સ વી હેવ અ પ્રેઝન્ટેશન હિયર, there are some concepts here which are given about various things which I have already discussed in more technical way, but I will only take you through some very important things which are required to be discussed, and that is GST preparedness. Preparedness. મારું talk is only about implementation and preparedness. GST સારું ખરાબ કેવું છે કોનું છે કાંઈ લેવા દેવા નથી, આવી ગયું છે નિભાવવાનું છે. ઓકે, GST impact big large organizations, big large corporates having multiple business